Thanks for being with me today. This is a very special day because on Saturday we had a very special event. Here in Australia it was our federal election. I'm pleased to announce, as the rest of the world probably know by now, that the Liberal Party have been turfed out and replaced by the Labor Party. I guess that's not the full story. What is the story is that Australians have decided that instead of moving to the right, they're going to choose to be far more progressive in their attitude towards politics. Australians have said that we are going to listen to our community, that the community matters. What people are telling our representatives matters, not what our representatives think that the community needs to hear. This is a significant shift in Australian politics, and we have done it. Not necessarily anything that I've done, but because at the end of the day, people have decided that climate change, women's issues, universal childcare, and a whole host of other social issues are far more important than the economy or even how we're treating China. For me, the most important aspect here is that even though the Labor Party and the Liberal Party went back in their votes, that the Labor Party, through our system, our preferential system, have been able to regain control of the Parliament. This means that such things as the Uluru Statement, which is a statement about Indigenous people being able to have a right for a voice within our Constitution and through other methods, has also been stamped and will happen under this government, whereas it would never happen under the Liberal Party. Also, the government will be establishing an independent commission for corruption. Now, this is very important because here in Australia, as is happening around the world, people are very sceptical of politicians, the way they behave, and the corruption that sits within politics. Hopefully, through the ICAC, that will be abolished. At least it's a step in the right direction, and most of us should be pleased that at least that step is being taken. Most importantly, though, is that the vote of women, professional women, educated women, has also played an important part in this election. Normally, they have been strident behind the Liberal Party, and on this occasion, they have chosen to vote for independents who represent their own views. This is significant, because it now means that Australia has moved more to the left in politics, more towards progressiveness, more towards looking after the individual who is not as privileged as those people that have political power or financial power. We are now focused, for the first time in our history, on the people that matter most. That is those people who don't have a voice. Young parents, parents that are single, parents who are struggling with educating their children, a lot of things that I, the Child Protection Party in particular, are really concerned about, are probably going to be more front and centre now than they ever have been before. This is significant to all of us, no matter who we are, that we've been able to make this shift. Some of my posts have always complained about the radical right and the impact that they have, particularly in the United States. No longer do we have to worry about that impact here. We have moved against the grain. We have actually decided that we have our own sense of independence and, in a sense, dependence upon our own abilities to be able to make the changes that we believe are important. Collectively, we've made decisions that have ousted a right-wing, incredibly incompetent government, and we've replaced that now. Yet to be proved, I hasten to add, so the jury's a little bit out, but at least a government with far more ethical prospects than the previous one. How that works out at the end of the day, who knows? We will only judge that as it happens. But the prospect for something significant and for a change that will change the way we deal with governments for the rest of our lives is very important. No longer do we have just a two-party preferred system. For years we've had the Greens creeping up and we've had some independents playing a part. But now we can certainly say that there's a third party of significant influence here in Australia, and that is the Greens. Fighting for climate change has been the primary issue, and it certainly will push the Labor government into making decisions that are important around that particular issue. Things have changed. We have changed. And as a result, our government has changed. This is significant, and hopefully it will be one which will benefit us all.